I'm back again to my friend's shop. So let's go in and see what's going to happen today. I believe he's going to boil the slats so he can put the backs of the chairs together. Let's go find out. Okay, so I'm just going to show you what Ira's already done. So all these chairs are fixed with their backs in place, and what we're going to do, you tell me, what are we going to do?
We're going to boil these back slats.
Okay.
Because we can.
Because we can, okay. It's a little different than barbecue.
While that's going on, we're going to level the legs. So we're figure out rocks a little bit, not too bad. That's where I want it. So the back legs are shorter by ½ inch.
And that's on purpose, you said, because people tip back in their chairs, and that's also the reason why you said that when you're putting the rungs into place, you lock them together to give that more strength.
Yeah, actually they tip back, it just sits better. But we're going to do something to help with the people that want to tip back. Okay. That's pretty good. We're taking the rock out of it. I'm going to scribe this.
So this one there's no pencil mark on it. This one, there's a
The front ones aren't going to get cut. I'm going to take a ½ inch off the back.
Okay. And based on having these little wedges underneath, when you cut where you've marked in the back off, it's going to be balanced. Now it's not going to be rocking.
Should actually, I'm going to take a little off this one.
Yeah, I thought I saw a slight pencil mark.
Yeah,
on that
this one's a
one.
little higher. You were right. And these little spacers are an 1/8 inch thick, so 4 of them's a ½ inch.
Putting them in.
And this one's going to get an extra because it's a little higher.
And when you're doing this, you're going to determine what, if anything, needs to be cut off on the legs to make the chair be able to sit flat and stable.
Okay.
And the back rungs, or excuse me, the back legs are going to be shorter.
Yes. They're a ½ inch shorter.
And that makes the chair sit tipped back just a little bit.
Yeah, it tips it back just slightly. Makes it more comfortable.
Okay. So, and this is just with the right hand. Little sliver.
Bevel the edge a little bit.
Like you did on the upper parts. Just take off the saw marks.
Put an angle so that when people lean back, It doesn't want to gouge into the floor.
Oh, clever. Ooh, they're gonna come out of the bath. You're gonna need gloves because they are hot.
I'm gonna limber them up a little bit.
That is really cool. Wow. Okay. That's one. Oops, here comes
Going
the
out of water.
top slat. And those are coming out, so I was putting the last two backs in there so that they can start boiling. Hey guys, so again, getting a little flex going on.
I lowered the head on the shaving horse because the rungs are thinner.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. Yeah. And because these are gonna dry in place, no glue is required.
The way I can tell if they're moving, I'll look at the grain and see what the position of it is.
That's it.
Bend these a little bit. Okay,
Very nice. Whew, okay, one more to go.
that'll dry in place. And once it dries in place, it'll keep that curve. And the only way you could get it out is by really breaking the chair.
Mm-hmm.
It's in there pretty good. And it's going to be pegged too.
Oh, okay. Because, yeah, I was just asking about glue, so there's no glue that
Yeah,
gets
well,
pegged.
the peg is as much for decoration.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
All right. Back over here with a special jig. And, ooh, hand sawing. Oh my.
all that hand is doing is hopefully keeping it from dropping on the floor.
Okay.
They tend to roll. No telling where they end up.
Alright. Okay, so one down and now we're checking to see
Just got a little bit.
if there's much of a rocking
So
going
I'm going to
on.
take the high point off.
A little trimming to get the rocking to stop.
Hopefully,
Yep.
it'll do it.
Yep. Cool. So all the legs have been adjusted and no rocking anywhere. Okay, cool.
Chairs, it's because they've had so much use that the legs have actually worn down.
Or if it started tipping in some way, they would cut them to make it set
Yeah,
flat again.
you can make these chairs to fit somebody too, as far as the height.
Actual, like you could custom make a chair for somebody.
Yeah, I can make it to the height they want. The tilt back they want.
Mm-hmm. So now what you're doing is trimming off a little bit so people could actually tilt back.
Oh, it's not. Afraid I'm gonna cut you.
Oh, I'm backing up.
Tipping back is really hard on the chair. It stresses the side rungs.
So on both of the back legs, you can see that angle. It's been put on there, so if somebody does tip back, it's gonna protect the floor a little bit. These fine little
There's
pieces
way
of wood.
more than I need.
Iris,
Just made up a batch of them for the future.
Ira was telling me these are going to be the pegs that will hold in the slats on the back of the chair. We'll see how that works in just a few minutes. Okay, now we're going back in the boiling pan. First thing is to, and then just a little bit. So this helps to shape them into how they're going to.
Yeah, it also limbers the wood up a little bit. Makes it a little easier.
First slat. There's the second one. So
So I know which side goes on which.
you marked them left and
Mortise,
right.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's marked right there. It's right.
Watch out.
It's not very flat.
Not yet. After the slats go in, Ira's saying that sometimes the chair can become.
Yeah, this leg isn't flat there. You can see the
Okay.
underneath there.
Yep.
That's the problem.
That's a problem. All right. So how we fix that? Back over here in the special place, just a wee little bit of sewing to do. Just a little trimming to get it right so it sets good. So you're saying the grain is up to from boiling?
From the water, yeah.
Yeah.
They'll have to be scraped.
Okay.
But let's see if we can.
So those little pieces are gonna go in the back of the chair. You'll see them.
We're going to find the center of this. It's 2 1/4, so it's 1 1/8.
Okay.
And this one is 2 1/2. It's 1 1/4. It's a 1/4 inch in.
Nice one.
And this is actually out of a Spanish shipwreck from 1733.
You're kidding me. How'd you get that?
I don't want to say.
Oh, okay.
You know,
So, yeah. So just make it all.
yeah, Yeah, it came off the ocean bottom.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Not the handle, just the awl itself.
Yeah,
Made the handle.
very nice. Mm-hmm. Squaring the holes.
Just at the top.
Okay. That's a special knife.
It's a mortising chisel.
Okay, we got all four of them. So that's a lot of square holes. So just thinking about, let's see, so you've got 9 chairs and there's 4 holes per chair, so 36 of these. Little adjustments, oh my goodness. So
Yes.
these little things will actually fit in there. Now these are black walnut, am I right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay, now I got square holes.
Okay.
And we got square pegs, but they won't go in like that. Part of the hole is still round. So
I'm taking one of those little pegs and just trimming it so it'll slide in.
yeah, still a little bit big. Using these black walnut pieces
You're making a small peg to hold the slats in. And you said you're making a little pyramid?
Pyramid shaped.
Oh, cool.
It's hard to see in the walnut though. Not quite there yet.
The length of these is determined so that it's only visible on the front whilst it's holding in the slats.
Chisel.
So you're smoothing those out.
Just trying to take them out.
Yeah. No, you were saying how the water boiling had roughed up the grain on the slats. Will you use the scraper on them as well?
Yeah, I'll do it this way. They're still a little too damp.
So you gotta wait for that part.
These were done about 3 hours ago.
Yeah. What's the name of this song?
Maybe the red-haired boy? Maybe. This only has kerf on one side, so if you accidentally dragged it on the wood, it wouldn't damage the wood.
Special chairmaker saw.
No, it's a flush cutting saw. You normally use it down here, but since I'm doing a pyramid, I'm trying to do it a little higher. It's hard to get it started now.
Whee!
Raking light.
Oh yeah, I can see the pyramid.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. Yep. Yep, that's showing up. And the other way. Yeah, there you go. Yep, all four sides. Very cool. So just using some of the peelings, the earlier.
Yeah, from the spoke shave.
Oh, I can see it's actually polishing it.
Yeah, it burnishes it.
Very cool.
I've already done the post.
Well, the whole tree gets used, and since the tree had to come down anyway, how lovely that it could be made into some beautiful furniture. So I can actually feel the raised pyramids on that. That's very thing you say is to put some finish on them. And what are you going to use for that?
Depends on what I have laying around.
Okay.
Basically.
Okay, but it's not a stain. It's just
No,
like a
it's
sealer of some sort.
It'd be a wipe-on varnish. Probably. A real thin coat.
Yep.
Just enough to keep some of the dirt off of it.
Yeah.
But not enough to make it look like it has much finish.
And then you sign these?
Yeah.
What do you do? It's going to be under the seat.
Yeah.
Oh, it won't be seen. And then you have a little stamp that you number the chairs on the front.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that too. Thanks.
Yeah, on the front post. So if people know where to look, they'll know it's been signed.
God, I can't see anything.
Well, I'm not seeing it from up here, but I'll get a close up.
Nice if you hit it. All right, let me get some raking light on it again.
I see something, but I can't tell what it is. Oh, okay, so you've got your initials and number 242, chair 100, 242. Wow. So
That's an armor seal.
there it is. So little pyramid-y things. Very cool.
So this is from the same tree, a slower growing section and a faster growing cross section. The growth rings go this way. These are very close together. It's a slower growing tree. This is faster. The part with the big pores is the early wood, when the tree starts to just spurt out in spring. And then as the summer goes on, it grows slower, late wood, and it's denser. So this was a fast growing tree. It had a long late wood period. This tree, the late wood, was very slow growing. The late wood is very narrow. And even though you'd think a slow growing tree was stronger, it's actually the opposite, because all this early wood is very porous and is weak. And you have very little of that in this piece, but a lot of it here. So the faster growing tree, a part of the tree, is actually stronger.
And you had mentioned something about the difference between white oaks and red oaks and why they use a certain one for barrels.
Right. Yeah, the pores, you can see here in red oak, they're very pronounced. And they are in white oak too. But in the red oak, they're actually continuous. So that if you wet this and you had a very narrow piece, put a little soap on there, you could actually blow through it and blow bubbles out the other side. White oak, the pores aren't continuous, so that the white oak will hold water. So red oak won't hold water, but white oak will.
Wow.
Which is why they use it in barrels.
That's very cool. Thank you for explaining the difference, because that was one of the earlier parts. It's probably in the first video that we were talking about early wood and late wood and the difference and why a slower growing or a faster growing tree made better construction.
Yeah, these are called ring porous woods, and hickory and ash are also in this category.
Thank you. That's really, thank you. Appreciate that. It's a fun fact. Interesting. And so in nature, what potentially would make it grow slower would be what's going on with the temperature and the rainfall.
Yeah, and competition for sunlight.
Sunlight competition. Okay, well, that makes sense.
Mine are the rays. They go the opposite direction from the growth rings. They don't look like much here, but that's what gives this wood. This is all rays that you're seeing on the flat instead of in cross section.
Oh, okay, so it kind of looks like writing, or it's got a different reflective quality to it.
Yeah, and that's what makes red and white oak so spectacular when they're quartered. It has to be quartered. Quarter sawn or quartered split. These are quartered split.
That's beautiful.
Which means that you're splitting from the outside of the tree directly towards the middle of the tree.
And that's going to be another video when you get the next tree.
Yep.
All right. Thank you. Awesome.